I'm told nepotism only exists in sports when it's LeBron James and Bronny. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hoop Portal. I'm your host, JR Laurent, and today we're getting into Bruce Pearl and what is going on with these college coaches retiring right before the start of the season. For anyone that doesn't know, a couple of days ago, Bruce Pearl announced his retirement at Auburn University. The new head coach is going to be his son, Stephen Pearl. And let's just get right into this. I am not a huge fan of this at all, of college coaches stepping down right before the season. It's clear this is just a ploy to get his son the position. And we've seen this before in a lot of different situations. But more importantly, the three people that I think really are being disrespected, being mistreated in this situation are the kids, the people within the program, such as athletic directors, other coaches, and then, of course, you guys, the fans. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. But we're going to start with the kids. We get NIL is a big factor in kids making their decisions. But the truth is, there's still an element of kids are going to want to go to programs where they feel comfortable. They appreciate the coach. They trust the coach. They believe in what the coach has either preached to them or told them it's going to be like once they're there. And for a lot of guys, they could have transferred to other different places, or the transfers that came into Auburn this summer under the assumption that they would be playing for Bruce Pearl. You take someone like Tahad Pettiford, who was another guy, which if you've watched some of the other podcasts, like a JT Toppin, those kids can go anywhere they want in the country for just about any amount of money that they want. And Tahad forego the NBA draft to come back and play at Auburn for another year. And was that because of NIL? Was that because of draft stock? Maybe. But I'm sure a big piece of that was also, I'm going to play for Pearl. I know what it's like because I just did this last year. And I know if I do this for one more season, I can hopefully rise my draft stock, more money, yada, yada, yada. But right now, that's up in the air. And Todd Pettiford is probably one of those players that even right now, if he hit the portal, somebody's going to find room, money, and space for him to come into the program. But the rule is with the NCAA, if this happens, you have 30 days. The kids basically have 30 days to enter the portal. But at that point, though, we're 1 week away from the start of the college basketball season and first games. They have to learn new systems. They have to learn, they're not getting the training camp. They're not getting the summer workout programs of these places where they would be going. A lot of these kids are just going to be stuck to stay at Auburn and basically forced to play under a coach that most likely they had no idea was going to happen. As far as the program, it leaves them no time to find a new coach. When we look back on this past summer, how many college basketball coaches were on the move? Auburn absolutely would have been at the top of many people's list of places to say, that is a school I want to go to. That is a school where we can have success. Auburn's a football school. We understand that. We know that. But Pearl has shown that, hey, the basketball program can have success. You've got SEC football feeding into the NIL fund of the entire school. Auburn is an amazing city. It's an amazing university. It's a place that a lot of these top coaches that have just moved to different places, or even these new young and up and coming coaches, would have absolutely loved to go there. Now the program has no ability to go get those guys right now, and it puts them behind at least 1 year. You don't think Auburn would have been interested in Jay Lucas? You don't think Auburn would have been interested in Sean Miller? You don't think those guys would have been interested back, Ben McCullum, in going to a place like Auburn? And the reason why Pearl did it was so that his son, Stephen Pearl, could get the keys, and Auburn would have basically no choice what to do but bring him on. And for the fans that have purchased season tickets, fans that have donated money to the program, this is a major change for them and potentially the product that is going to be out on the floor. You are playing with people's money. You are playing with people's NIL, people's scholarships, people's career aspirations, people's dreams, goals. All those different things are being turned upside down because, in all honesty, the coaches know if they're going to retire, they don't just wake up 4 weeks before the season starts and say, man, I don't have an enemy anymore. For anybody that's done any job that's taxing, you know when the writing's on the wall. And maybe Pearl didn't know in March, but he definitely knew in April, May, June, July, and August when he's out here recruiting these new transfers and high school seniors to come into the basketball program. And the fans that are getting behind that, they have no idea now what is going on. And all this is happening less than a month from first day of official practice and about 6 weeks from the first game. And the final point is, if you are going to do this, I don't think you always need to do the Coach K route where you have 1 year and you know exactly who the succession plan is. And while that has worked well for Duke, I'm not sure if it always works that well. But the truth is, the coaches are doing this so that they get to basically pick who the successor is, whether it works or not. And to me, it puts a taint on the career. And Bruce Pearl's already got a couple bumps and bruises on his career and his time throughout college basketball. And I think it did the same thing to Tony Bennett. I think that whole situation was not great for Virginia basketball. I think they've been able to basically correct what happened and have brought in Ryan Odom, who I think is going to be a great coach with ties to the university and already had his ties in the DMV in the Virginia area. But to me, it's so disrespectful to the kids. It's so disrespectful to the program, to the university, to basically know that this decision was made and then decide we're not going to do anything until the absolute last second so that my son is put in a position to where he has to become, or he's basically given the head coaching position, where other college basketball coaches, other coaches in the NBA, guys who've struggled to either get where they are or are not getting opportunities that they should be getting, don't get that. And someone who has no Division I head coaching experience is going to walk into Auburn, a team that's had multiple Final Four runs now under Bruce Pearl. I'm told nepotism only exists in sports when it's LeBron James and Bronny. It doesn't apply to the Joneses. It doesn't apply to the Collinsworths. It doesn't apply to the Pearls. This is so clear what is going on. I want to know what you guys think about it. Get in the comments. Let me know. And honestly, maybe the community and maybe the team is actually really behind Stephen Pearl. I honestly have no idea. I like to think there's definitely going to be some question marks. But get in the comments, let me know. Auburn fans, are you excited about this? Other fans, what do you think is going on with this situation? And is it fair? Should there be some sort of contractual agreement that if a coach is saying he's going to stay, that he's got to see that year out, whether he retires or not, similar to how we want the kids to be contractually committed, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years? It's got to go both ways. The kids are the one that suffer from this. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. On a positive note, though, shout out to Coach Cara Lawson of Duke women's basketball. She was named the new head coach of Team USA women's basketball. People who spoke highly of her say she's an amazing leader, amazing coach. Congratulations to you. I think, honestly, in watching Duke women's basketball over the last couple of years, it's a program she's really building up, a program that's going in the right direction. I think she's going to one day eventually be up there with the Genos, the Staleys, the Mulkeys, the Summits. Like, she's on that trajectory. So congratulations to you, Coach Cara, Coach Lawson, and continue to do great things with Team USA and Duke women's basketball. Thank you, guys. Remember, hit the subscribe button to enter your name in the portal, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.